If you like ducks, dogs, training, deer hunting, anything outdoors, then this is the podcast for you guys. This is the Flying V Podcast. I'm Thaddeus Bass. I'm your host for this beautiful ride. I'm assisted by my co-host, Mr. Chang Moore Vang. You can tune in every week and join us as we talk about anything and everything under the moon that you guys want us to talk about. Some facts, some fiction, and a whole lot of opinion. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's hop into it.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Flying V Podcast and another week of 50 States of Waterfowl. What a beautiful day it is, man, and it has been a hell of a day for me, but we'll get into that in just a second. First and foremost, I want to say thanks to everyone who is a returning listener. I appreciate y'all more than anything. You guys are the one thing that really keeps me digging each week to come back and do this podcast. We've had a lot of hurdles we've had to get through, but things are starting to smooth out a little bit. Knock on wood. Sometimes they go better than others, but again, I just appreciate all of y'all. If you're new here, if this is your first time checking out the podcast or the channel or anything like that, just go ahead. You can follow the podcast or hit that subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, give me a thumbs up on the video, guys. Drop down, leave a comment if you got any questions for any future guests we have on the show. Drop them down below. I love to see y'all's feedback, and I really appreciate it, guys. You can also head over to Facebook and Instagram at Flying V Outdoors and follow me over there. I'm staying up to date and posting you guys all the time on there. So that's where you're going to find all the channel updates and kind of see just the news and everything going around and going on in our lives and what we got going on. That's where all the fun stuff happens, guys. But just a little recap. Vang is actually out. So I'll go ahead and start off by saying we were supposed to do the podcast about 2 hours ago. And I was having issues getting the Mac charged or turned on. So the issue turned out to be the charger. So I'm hoping it'll stay on. It's plugged in, but hey, who knows? It may crap out on me and we may have to redo this whole podcast. Fingers crossed it doesn't do that. But I told Vang, I was like, hey, man, we're kind of on standby. We might have to push it back. And then I went ahead and told him, hey, we're just going to cancel. We'll push it back to a later day. So he went about and did his own thing. So no fault to Vang whatsoever. I was texting our guest, Jacob, who is representing Georgia this week. And I was like, yeah, well, we were just sitting there texting back and forth for about an hour. And I was like, if it doesn't turn on, we'll get it figured out. Well, it finally came on at like the last minute, and I was like, hey, man, you still down to do it? I know it's late, but if you can do it tonight, that'd be great. We'll knock it out. So he was cool with it, and I was cool with it, so we're getting it knocked out tonight, guys. So we're going to miss Vang again, but I did talk to him on the phone, and he just wants you guys to know that he does miss you, and he has not abandoned the Flying V podcast or his fans. So we will get Vang back soon enough. But a quick little recap for me, guys. This past weekend, Arkansas bow season opened up. I'm sure you guys heard me talk last week, but I did finally break down by my Arkansas hunting licenses. I got deer tags and everything. So I went up and hunted on a buddy's lease with him. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see anything Sunday evening when I went, but that's how it goes sometimes. Yesterday, was same old. But I did get out and start raking and plant a food plot. We're supposed to get thunderstorms all week, so I'm hoping that rain will really take to the seed and that clover will start growing. So stay tuned to everything for that. I didn't make a video of it because it was just too dang hot and I was dying. You guys don't want to see what I look like on video when I was trying to rake all that. So it was a mess, but our bow season opens up this weekend. So I am praying Friday, October 1st, it opens up. I got the day off. I'm going to be in the woods, plan on sitting out there all day. Hopefully I'll only be out there for a couple hours and then I'll be cleaning the deer the rest of the day, but stay tuned to the channel. We're going to try and make some good quality deer hunting footage this year. I'm already told myself and I've committed to more deer hunting this year, and the goal is compound bow and crossbow. I want to at least get one kill with each. But the plan is to really fill up the freezer this year, get a lot of good hunts under my belt. We got all kinds of public land we're going to be hunting on. And then I might get to hunt some private land with some guys. So if you like deer hunting, I know this is a waterfowl podcast, but if you like deer hunting, stick around because it should get pretty good this year. So this week, like I said, guys, we are traveling. We're staying down there on that southeastern part of the country, but we're going to be talking to Jacob from Georgia. And hopefully we're going to find out all about Georgia waterfowl hunting. Now, I will say, guys, before we even get into it, I know that Georgia is probably going to be pretty similar to Alabama and Florida, which we already covered. All these southeastern states, they kind of all, I feel like they're all going to be the same. I don't know. I wish Bang was here to provide his input, but we're going to find out. So let's go ahead and get Jacob here. I'm going to get him on the phone, and we're going to just hop into it, guys. I'm not trying to waste your time at all. And like I said, it's getting late, so we're running out of time as it is. So we're going to get him on here and see what he has to say about it.
What's up, man?
Hey, Jacob, what's going on, brother?
What's up?
All right. So, guys, we got Jacob here. Like I said, he's going to be representing the great state of Georgia. Now, I've been to Georgia. I've drove through Georgia, actually, a couple times. I drove through the terrible, terrible city of Atlanta like twice, driving down to Florida, and it was god-awful. Just the traffic, dude. So that's enough to make me not ever want to go to Georgia. So hopefully you can convince me otherwise today. But how you doing tonight, Jacob?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Besides the headache we've had to deal with the last hour and a half or so, pretty good. Again, man, I appreciate you for just being patient with me. I already told everyone that I've kind of had you just hanging around waiting because I've been having computer issues, but we should be good to go now. So Jacob, just go ahead, man. If you don't mind, just kind of tell us, where you're from, as far as we're at in Georgia, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Jacob Ham, and I've lived in Georgia all my life. I live in southwest Georgia. So if you're looking at the state, kind of like the bottom left corner. And yeah, that's where I hunt and duck hunt. So
Gotcha. So southwest Georgia. So I'm terrible with geography, but you're down around the Florida line, or?
I'm about an hour and a half from Tallahassee, and then hour and a half from Columbus, Georgia. I don't know if you're familiar with Fort Benning.
Yeah.
Right in there. So
okay, gotcha. So born and raised, been in Georgia your whole life. How long you been duck hunting, man?
I've been duck hunting for 2 years. This will be my third year.
Okay.
I got into it in high school.
Gotcha. So fairly new to waterfowl hunting, but hey, yeah, that's all good. So who got you into duck hunting then?
My buddies did it in high school. They were like, you want to try this? I deer hunted a lot, and then and they were like, you want to try this duck hunting thing? And I was like, yeah. So, and I've been hooked ever since, and kind of become my obsession, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'd say we're all kind of in that same boat. I was telling everyone, and I guess my first question for you, man, is, so have you only hunted in Georgia, or have you kind of hunted the surrounding states around you, or?
I have only hunted in Georgia. We've thought about coming out of state, but it is pretty expensive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
We're possibly maybe looking at next year going out of state.
Okay.
Somewhere. But,
well, so I was telling everyone, I have a strong feeling that everything we learn about Georgia tonight is going to sound very familiar with Alabama and Florida.
Yeah.
Just because, all the southeastern state, it's kind of all very similar.
Yeah.
But we're going to find out anyway, and at least see your perspective of it. So excuse me, guys. I got something stuck in my throat. I don't know what's going on with me. But I guess, my first question for you is, what are your seasons like? With hunting season knocking on the door, does Georgia have an early teal season?
They do, actually. I got a list right here. we had just had the early goose season come up. It was September 4th, and I believe it just went out. It was on September 26th is when early goose went out. But teal season was September 11th and the 26th.
So, how's the goose hunting in Georgia?
It kind of varies. If you can find, some farm ponds with, geese sitting in them, or if you can get some on some public land, then,
Yeah. No, what I would have never, I don't know why I never thought Georgia would have geese in it, but I don't know. What kind of geese what do you see in Georgia as far as geese?
Mainly Canadian geese. I don't really hunt. We haven't really gone after geese that much.
Yeah.
We tried to this month, but it didn't pan out, and but I'm hoping to hopefully find some soon.
Yeah. No, I understand that completely. That's not I don't know. For some reason, when I think about Georgia, I don't think about goose hunting. But I mean,
Yeah.
So did you get to go out for early teal season? Any?
I didn't know it. It's kind of hard where I'm at. We have a river here, and I've heard from around here you can get on a few, but it's very hit and miss. Kind of, if you do find some, you're kind of lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to kill a teal if I could get one, but
yeah, no, I got you, man. It's pretty similar here too. And Louisiana's a big teal state, but it's all like southern Louisiana.
Yeah.
So there were some people around here that had some success. We had a nice little cold front come in, but it wasn't anything crazy. We were able to find a few of them, but like you said, I think a lot of it really just comes down for us to just a chance. I mean, you just are lucky that some happened to be there that day. So
that's pretty much us here.
I wish we were like down in South Louisiana though, where they can literally just go out and hammer teal every morning.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, it'd be a blast, but that's about a 5-hour drive for me. So it's not really on my playlist right now. So when's big duck season open for you guys then?
It is in November. Is when it opens up on my list again. I think it's November 20th is when. Yes, November 20th to the 28th. It's about a week, and then it cuts off, and then it starts back up in December and goes all the way through January.
Okay, so you guys just have one split, and then I've talked about this. I don't remember who we were talking with about it on the podcast, but the geniuses of Louisiana decided to make us a 3-split state. So this year, our duck season's just all assed up. We got like 2 weeks, and then we have a 2-week break, and then we have like 3 weeks, and then a 2-week break, and then the rest of the season. It's fucking stupid. And it is what it is. I don't know if it's going to change anything, but it really just makes planning things like just that much more complicated. Because I literally planned my entire life around duck season in the winter. So like when we're trying to travel for the holidays, and I'm like just planning everything out and trying to see when I'm going to go hunt different states. There's a lot of scheduling that goes into that, and then I gotta I can't remember all these different splits and shit that we got going on. So I don't know what possessed them to make up the 3 splits versus the 2 splits or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that goes way above my pay grade. But so talking about Georgia though, man, what's kind of, I don't know, I guess paint a picture for me as far as, what kind of environments or climate you're kind of hunting in. What's it look like?
We do have a river around here, so a lot of people will go to the river and hunt. There's a couple, like Lake Eufaula is near us. That's a pretty popular one. And then Lake Seminole is around here, and that's another pretty popular one for people to go. But it's mainly like swamps, and there's a couple. hunted a couple timber holes last year.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Kind of made me feel like I was in Arkansas, but it's mainly just swamps and then farm ponds, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. So pretty much what I would expect. Like I said, I've been to Georgia before. I've driven through Georgia a couple times. And I'm thinking every time besides like the cities, it's pretty much nothing but like swamps and fields, right?
Yeah. Right.
It kind of has this like weird smell to it. But no, I'm just messing with you, man. So, do you guys hunt like mainly public land or private land, or is it kind of a split, or how's that work for you guys?
We kind of do a mix, a little bit of private land and then public land. We had a lot of success last year on public land with wood ducks mainly.
Yeah.
But it's mainly public land.
So for the public land, like in Georgia, I mean, how many waterfowl hunters are there, and how kind of pressured is the public land there?
It kind of varies. I mean, if you're talking like opening weekend, that kind of thing, it can get pretty packed.
Yeah.
But like during the season, if I can recall last year, we really didn't have a whole lot of run-ins with people, but we were pretty far out from where people could get to us.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. I haven't really traveled to other WMAs. I'm hoping to possibly do that this year in Georgia, but yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it's not that bad as other states.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't know. We have a lot. I guess our problem is we have a lot of duck hunters because, we live right outside a huge city here. So we have tons of hunters here, and there's just not as much good public land to accommodate that many people. And, people here, I don't know how easy or hard it is to get access on like private land there, but like here people are just dicks. Like you could ask 100 people and maybe one person would say yes if you're lucky.
That's the same here. If you can get access to one, you're pretty lucky.
Yeah. Well, I'm one of the most unlucky people you'll ever meet, so definitely not happening for me. But so how I guess. How much public land is available to people in Georgia? I mean,
let me pull that up real quick. It's a good bit. I mean, there's a lot out in the Savannah area on the coast.
So how far are you from the coast?
Say what?
How far are you from the coast?
I'm about 3 hours from the coast.
Have you ever hunted over there?
I haven't. That's one of the spots I'm wanting to go to this year. I've heard it's actually very good. For some reason, there's a very good push of birds.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
That'd be sweet. And that's one thing that is on my to-do list is to go hunt down on the coast. I think we talk about it literally every week. Is like one of my to-dos is to hunt either in South Louisiana or somewhere on the coast and in the tidal marshes. And then, one day I'd like to travel up north somewhere and, hunt sea ducks out in the bay and stuff. That'd be pretty sweet. But, so with the public land though, I guess since you haven't really got to travel outside of the state, it's hard to say how it compares up to other places, but would you say it's pretty well managed? Or, I mean, you said you had pretty good success on it last year, so I'm assuming, it's got to be good enough to hunt on pretty consistently, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty well managed. There's some spots they could, do some clearing out of some brush and stuff to get more access in there. But I mean, honestly, the WMAs that I've been at, public land is very well kept, and which makes it easier for us to, get in.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, good on Georgia for doing something right. So just getting the meat of it, man. What kind of ducks? I mean, what do you kill the most? What's probably your most harvested bird? A wood duck?
Wood duck. Wood duck.
I knew
for
it.
sure.
Oh, so other than wood ducks, what's kind of your typical season look like as far as what you get consistently down there?
I mean, it's mainly wood ducks. I've been on a couple hunts and we got some gansers.
Yeah.
But if you can, last year I heard there's a couple people that had shot a mallard. Somebody had shot a teal. But like, if you can get one of those, I mean, that's like, wow, that's pretty. you're like pretty special.
Damn.
One of them. So.
Wow. So what's your limit on wood ducks there then?
It's 3.
So you can only kill 3 wood ducks, and that's like the only ducks you get?
Yeah.
I got you, man. No, we're a 3 wood duck state too. I think most states. We haven't had a state yet that you can kill more than 3. But I was gonna ask you what's your favorite duck to shoot, but I'm gonna assume that's also a wood duck.
It would have to be a wood duck for right now until I can, get out of state and get on something else.
Well, with that being said, what's your number 1 state you want to visit?
My number 1 state, I would have to go with 2. I would like to go to Arkansas and hunt the timber there, and then either one of the Dakotas. I would love to go there.
Yeah,
get on some birds up there.
Oh man, well, and I think those are all like on everyone's list unless you're from there.
Yeah.
Because Arkansas timber. I've not got the chance to go up there and hunt it, but my plan is to go up there and hunt it. And I finally broke down. I've lived in Louisiana this will be my 4th year here, or my 4th duck season in Louisiana, I think. Yeah, but I've never made the trip. Like, Arkansas is literally an hour drive. I've never made the trip up there to hunt. So I finally broke down and like 2 weeks ago, bought all my hunting licenses for Arkansas. So I'm going to check that off my list this year for sure, to hunt Arkansas. So hopefully I can get in some green timber and shoot some mallards. But I mean, who knows? Like I said, I'm literally the most unlucky person in the world. So how it's probably going to go is we're going to drive up to Arkansas, camp out, wake up, go hunt some public land, and not see a fucking bird. Or we're just going to shoot like 3 wood ducks. I mean, but hey, at least I can check it off and say, yep, hunted Arkansas. Now I'm going home.
You can check it off.
But the Dakotas too, man. I mean, we were talking about it last week with Florida, and that's one of those things where like I'm scared to go hunt there because I don't want to go there and just experience that craziness and then just come back to Louisiana and not even have the motivation to hunt anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially like for you, like if you're just shooting wood ducks every day and then you go just watch these mallards dumping in on you and killing stupid amounts of geese and just all kinds of craziness. Like, how do you come back to Georgia and be like, yeah, buddy, you want to go shoot a wood duck?
Yeah, I think if I went up there, I'd probably stay there at least.
So, do you have does your family hunt or duck hunt or no?
No, my family doesn't really. They're not really the hunting type of people. I'm kind of the pioneer into hunting with my family. But I love it. It's addicting.
Addicting's a good word for it.
Yeah.
Expensive is a good word for it too.
Yeah, very, very expensive.
So I already know you have a dog, right?
Yes, I do have a dog.
How old's your pup?
She just turned a year old this month.
And you're training her yourself, right?
Yes.
What's her name?
Her name's Lola.
Lola.
She's a yellow lab.
So this will be her first season?
This will hopefully. Currently I'm doing force fetch. I had some problems with training.
Yeah.
Some setbacks and me just being new to the whole thing.
That's life.
But I'm hoping to get her out on, at least a few hunts to really get her on, show her what I want her for,
Hell yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's exciting in itself, man. It'll definitely be fun. I know we've talked about training dogs before, and it's definitely a great feeling, especially with you training her yourself. I feel for you, man. Force fetch is not a fun task to go through.
Yeah.
But the good news is, if you do it right, you only got to go through it once.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, but it'll definitely be awesome to be able to get her out there. So hopefully everything goes well for you, and you can actually get out there and get some birds under her belt this year. But
and hopefully she'll learn a lot, and then I can get her on some like hunt tests and stuff like that.
That's right, man. That's a whole nother conversation. But what do you guys hunt out of a boat, or is your public land kind of walk-in, or what's your situation there?
We are walk-in people. We will push through the brush and get into a spot and set up. There really, the public land that I've hunted, there really isn't a spot to put in a boat, and they don't allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think mainly because of deer hunting.
Yeah.
But like on the river, stuff like that, you can have a boat and lakes and stuff. But we currently don't have a boat right now, so we're kind of we're doing it the poor man's way.
Hey, man, I've done plenty of walk-in hunts. I still do walk-in hunts. Even when I had my boat, I'd go walk into some places. It just some places are good enough you don't need a boat to get to. And I think that a plus side to public land that's walk-in like that, or walk-in only, is it kind of turns a lot of lazy ass people off.
Definitely.
So you can really find, if you're willing to put in the work and the exercise, you can definitely find some spots out there that you'd be pretty unpressured compared to the rest of them.
Yeah, definitely.
So what kind of shotgun you shoot, man?
Shoot the good old Remington 870.
The old 870.
Yeah.
You're not the first one we've heard say that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
I'm wanting to get like a semi next year, but like an A5 or something. But
big money.
Yeah. That's an investment.
Yeah, I've talked about it before too. I'd love to have the money to just drop $1,500 on a shotgun, but I don't. So,
yeah.
Maybe one day. I don't know. I got plenty of other stuff that I need to spend that money on, though. What kind of shells you shoot? And do you just kind of grab whatever, or you got a specific brand you like? Or
I like the Kent Fast Steel if I can get some. But
yeah.
With this ammo shortage, I don't know what I'm going to be shooting this year.
That's also the same answer we get from everybody. It's getting up to that. It's getting close, man. Like every time I go to the store, if I just any box of duck shells, I would grab off the shelf.
Yeah.
So right now my closet is kind of just littered with everything from Winchester to Kent to Federal. It literally anything you can find. I got 2 3/4 and 3-inch shells. I got everything from 2-shot up to 5-shot. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna be a fin for yourself kind of year. So I don't even think patterning your shotgun is gonna be a thing this year. It's just gonna be hope it shoots.
Yeah, exactly.
But it happens like that, man. Hopefully all this crap will just go away. We're not even going to talk about that tonight. Oh, man. So I guess, well, I don't want to forget. I got to ask Vang's question. And wood ducks, in my opinion, and many people's opinions, are one of the best eating ducks that there are. So, from Vang, since he couldn't be with us today, what is your go-to recipe when you're about to whip up one of those wood ducks?
like to do like the jalapeno poppers like you do with Dove, and cut them up, and I think that's pretty good. I haven't really ventured out and tried other recipes with it. I kind of want to this year, see what else I can do with it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's plenty of ways, but there's nothing wrong with an old-fashioned duck popper.
They're just simple. They're pretty easy to make and quick
and delicious. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I love jalapeno poppers as it is. And then if you put a nice juicy wood duck breast on it, good Lord. Time to take that one to the house. And then my favorite question to ask people is, what is your go-to blind snack? So every morning you're heading out to hunt. I guess if you're walking in, you're probably not hunting blind, but you're walking out, you're standing in the marsh or in the swamp or whatever you want to call it, and you're like, man, I need to go ahead and eat my snack. What are you grabbing, man?
I'll grab like a Twinkie if I got
a Twinkie. Or a
honey bun.
Oh, not a honey bun. No.
Or honestly, any type of candy.
So you're a sweet guy.
I got candy on me. That's.
Yeah, I used to be a Snickers guy. First of all, honey buns are fucking despicable. Twinkies I can live with, though. I haven't had a Twinkie in forever. I honestly thought they quit making Twinkies, but that sounds really good.
Yeah, they're not bad.
But as far as candy goes, dude, I got to stay away from it. Like, I used to be a big Snickers guy until I just get a bunch of Snickers in my fucking duck call.
Yeah.
So I've kind of ventured away from that. But I can dig it.
Yeah.
So man, it sucks because with everything running late today, it's getting late there for you. I'm an hour behind you and I'm already tired from dealing with everything. So we're not going to keep you too long tonight, and not going to keep everyone else late. But again, Jacob, man, I appreciate you for, like I said, being flexible and taking the time out of your day to come on here and just kind of BS with me here for a little bit. And, it sucks that Georgia's not the greatest of waterfowl states, but you can't control that. And at the end of the day, the important thing is you still love duck hunting. You got a young pup, and you're going to keep duck hunting, whether you're only shooting 3 wood ducks or whether you're shooting mallards every day. So I think that's, I've said it before, that's probably the best part about duck hunting is, no matter where you're at, everyone experiences something different. And for some reason, we're all just addicted to it like freaking crack rock. So it's definitely a good time, man. But, again, thank you for coming on and knocking the podcast out with me, man. And hey, if you ever find yourself a couple states over in Louisiana, just you got my number, man. Holler at me, and we'll try and get you on something other than a wood duck.
I will definitely. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, for sure, brother. And good luck to you and your pup this season, man. And I'll reach out to you here in just a little bit, okay, brother?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up at least our conversation with Jacob about Georgia. And like I said, Georgia is one of those states that, guys, it's really it's tough. And again, with this podcast that we're doing, talking about all the different states and interviewing people and whatnot, Georgia is one of those states where I feel like it's going to be very dependent on where you are located in Georgia. You know what I mean? Because it's a, you have the coast on one side, and then you have kind of I don't know where he's at in the southwestern part of the state, or I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I just feel like it really depends on where you're at as far as the productivity of Georgia. But again, those southern states, we talked to Alabama when we talked with Haley from Alabama, majority of what they kill is wood ducks, and that's really what keeps those guys hunting. And if you're from a state where you haven't got the chance to shoot a wood duck, you're missing out because they are great. And like I said, a lot of people take them for granted. And then other states like Georgia, like Alabama, that's the only thing they got to keep going duck hunting for, man. So for you northern state guys who are listening to this podcast right now, stop being pissed off when you only shoot 3 mallards. You're living the dream of some people. Now, I have said it before and I'll say it again. I don't care what ducks we're shooting as long as we're shooting ducks. I just love being out there regardless of what we're doing. And I will go hunt Georgia any day of the week and shoot my 3 wood ducks and take my butt to the Waffle House. That's just how I'm built. And like I told Jacob, and like I've said before, guys, duck hunting is beautiful because we all are addicted to the sport for no reason other than we love hunting ducks. I mean, it doesn't matter what we're shooting. So with all that being said, guys, George is probably going to rank pretty low at the end of this, but we're still early on and we have a lot of states to cover yet. I just want to say again, guys, I appreciate your patience with me as we went through this whole process with the move, getting the podcast up and rolling again. I was out sick for a couple weeks, feeling better now, thank the Lord. But if you guys haven't got to check out the video of the teal hunt and the smoked teal, I said it last week, guys, go check that video out. It is a good one. Keep showing some support, guys. We got some new gear in that I'm kind of testing out, and I plan on doing some reviews on for the channel as well. If you guys ever have any video requests or anything that you want to see on the channel, guys, again, just feel free to reach out. Shoot me a message, drop a comment. It doesn't matter, man. I'm a normal guy, as you can tell. So just let me know what you guys want to see. And the channel is for you guys, for the listeners, for the watchers, whatever you want to call yourself. So if there's anything you want to see, just let me know. As you guys know, I think I told you, but I want to give you an update on Boone. We've kind of been out of the training world for a little bit with work and everything going on. It's been so busy. The weather was too hot. I can make excuses all day. But at the end of the day, we haven't really trained a lot lately. So we did. I'd planned on pulling out of that finish test that was supposed to be happening this past weekend, but they ended up canceling it. And then that master test that's coming up in the middle of October, I ended up deciding not to run it because I don't think we're quite master level ready yet. And I just didn't have the time to get us there. So we won't be doing any hunt tests until the spring rolls around. But when the spring rolls around, guys, you better believe we're going to get our finish title and we're going to start chasing down some master tests. We're going to have to do a lot of traveling for that one, but we're going to get it knocked out. So long story short, guys, I appreciate y'all. And I thank you guys all for your support. Again, if you're new here or this is your first time listening to the podcast and hearing my beautiful voice on a Thursday night, then go ahead, follow us, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, drop a comment. You can head over to all our other social media and follow me over there as well. Hopefully next week we'll have Vang on here to talk with you guys, and it's going to be a fun one. I can guarantee you that much. I appreciate y'all again. Thank you for supporting the Flying V podcast, and thank you guys for supporting me. Hope everyone has a blessed night and a safe and prosperous hunting season. We'll see y'all next week.